You're now tuned into Car Language. I'm your host, Easy, and welcome to the 2021 Porsche Taycan review. This is the Porsche key. I love the fact that it matches the interior. As we take a look at the exterior, we have a black on black color scheme going on with staggered 245s up front, 285s in the rear. I love the staggered wheels. Definitely gives the car more grip. On certain cars, it tends to feel like the car lifts a little, but Porsche manages to distribute the weight very well. As we take a look out front, we have the sensors, we have a camera. It's somewhat sensitive depending on the weather. Like if it's raining too much, it might just pop up out of nowhere, which is cool in a sense because at least you have more visibility when it rains, if that makes any sense. You have your traditional Ford dotted headlights, running lights, and we have some air ducts for aerodynamic purposes. We have your traditional Porsche emblem out front, and if you swipe your hand up front, the front trunk will pop open. You will have to finish the rest. Fairly large up front, I would say fairly. I wish they would have extended it a bit more due to the fact that now with the electric cars there's a decent amount of competition. It's lighted in here, and there goes your exit button just in case for whatever reason someone gets stuck in here. Here are your two fluids, and very clean. Of course, it's electric, don't expect much. Again, traditional Porsche emblem, gold. And I love how they blacked out the ones on the wheels to match the color scheme. Now, you have two charging ports on both sides. The one on the passenger side, FYI, is the one that will work faster. Side mirrors, you have cameras on them. Let's take a closer look. We'll talk about that in a minute. The camera system is not bad, could be better coming from Porsche. As we take a look around back, I love the back at night. It's very hard to tell whether this is a 911 or a Taycan. If you debadged the Taycan logo, it'd be hard to tell unless you pull it to the side of it, but it resembles the 911 a lot. Some of you might disagree, some of you might agree. Most of you, I'm sure, will agree, and I will show you how this car looks at night. As we take a look at the trunk, it's push button. You can close it by push button, and I guess you can lock the trunk by closing it as well. You have an option whether you just want to close it or you want to lock and close it as well. You also have the emergency exit button, again, for whoever decides to lock themselves in here for whatever reason. You have storage here. You have two pockets on the side, and then you have another scrunchie pocket here, just in case you don't want something small of that size moving around. You also have some clips in the back, and the seats fold down for extra storage, just in case you want to bring something a bit larger. And you have a 12-volt outlet in the rear as well. No spare, because this car is electric, of course. Now let's close it and let's step inside the interior. As you can see, I have the key in my pocket, so the door handles are in the open position. To close them, you just push this little dent here and they close right away. To open it, you just stick your fingers under. Now, I'll be honest, this mechanism tends to lag a little bit. Sometimes there's a slight delay. No biggie. Just putting that out there for anyone who's in a rush. You might experience that from time to time. Now as we climb in, pillarless windows and doors, pardon me. We have a storage here. We have some storage there in the middle. This is the base model, so you don't have heated rear seats. No biggie. Again, storage here. Nice little dip for, I don't know, your child's small toys. And you can control the AC. Now, these knobs, they look cheap, but I would say Porsche nailed it, due to the fact that they could have put chrome on them, made them a bit more flashier, but they feel like they will hold up for a long time. I reviewed the Porsche Panamera and it looked a lot fancier inside, but you could tell that the knobs were wearing off. Now as we take a look at the rest of the interior, beautiful leather. We have some child seat latches, black on black, everything. We have the panoramic roof. Love this roof. And we also have Porsche emblem embroidered in the rear seats as well as the front, of course. You have your armrests. You have to kind of push down on a button. When it comes down, it looks narrow, but it's wide enough for both arms without fighting. You have two cup holders. As you can hear it latch. And this is your clip to kind of bring down the seat. Here you have your dome lights. I love the fact that they gradually brighten. You have two coat hooks. Love the ingenuity by Porsche. Now the seat is positioned to where I would be sitting in the front, so I'm going to demonstrate climbing inside. Now I have no issue with my torso area, but as far as my legs, is a bit uncomfortable. As you can see, I'm kind of fighting to get my feet in, but once you're in, you're pretty much in. No problem there. Definitely living situation in here from the rear passenger seats. Love this view. The car is currently on. It's really hot out here in Miami, so I need the air conditioning. Wanted to show you guys from the rear. It looks really good. Like the passenger in the rear will feel good at all times, and it's definitely a livable situation. The panoramic roof makes it a livable situation. I'm gonna be honest, the whole roof with that partition in the middle, you know, so the front part could come up. Honestly, I prefer this than the window to open. Me personally, I prefer the panoramic roof than the sunroof. From the outside, it looks like you have the basic model, and you know you have a panoramic sunroof, but who cares of what the outside looks? The important part is that you enjoy it in the interior, in my opinion. To turn on the vehicle, you press this button here. We are literally in the future. The movie, when you turn off the car, is pretty neat. You have to press and hold the button. There goes your Taycan. Pretty dope. As we take a look at the interior, we have a piano black for the switches. You have your memory seats. You have your window control switches. All automatic for your rear and the front. Again, I love the black finish with the piano black keys and dash and the screens. Everything just flows together. We have two cup holders. Here's your armrest storage, charging area here as well, and it has USBs for both Android and Apple phones. here on the glove box. Nothing particular, kind of small, but it's a semi-sporty vehicle. You have pockets on the side, bit of storage here in the middle as well. Again, you also have memory seats for the passenger as well. Heated and cooled front seats. Now, as we take a look, sorry, we're charging. The screen is controversial. People don't like it. My opinion, I didn't like it at first, but you get used to it. But it's weird how this is a heated steering wheel and there's a button here. If you click here, you activate the heated steering wheel as you take a look. It's a bit of an odd place, and it's weird how they'll give you a heated steering wheel button, but they won't give you a button for your heated and cooled seats. I guess your hands are most important because you're steering, right? Makes a lot of sense. Good thinking by Porsche now that I pay it some mind. So as you take a look, again, very controversial, but you kind of push it to get some feedback. People don't like it. Like I said, I didn't like it at first, but I got used to it really, really fast. With this keypad here, you can kind of go through your infotainment system here. You can kind of go through all the options. Again, I don't like the fact that you feel a lot more comfy pulled over and handling this infotainment system than you would driving. It's kind of the reason why I wish they could navigate a little bit away from safety and just certain things, just let it be to where it's just plug and play. The dashboard, as you can see, it's very informative. Here you have your percentage on your battery, outside temp. This is your battery volt. This is your time. This symbol here means that you're charging. This is your gear selector reader. This is how many miles you have left. Your RPMs. I don't know why. It's electric. And I like this right here. Shows who doesn't have their seatbelt on. You can clean this up if you want as well. So you can kind of go through all three to change them. Media, trip, you can have the navigation. It resembles the Porsche Panamera, the one I reviewed previously. Or if you want, you can go to the middle one here. Where are we? Sorry, it takes a bit to get used to. Here you go, extended map. I usually keep it here because it kind of spreads all the information out. It looks cleaner as well. Again, I love the system. Takes some time getting used to. A bit laggy, but it works. In regards to the Bluetooth situation, you plug your phone and you got to go into the infotainment system and connect it and then select CarPlay. I hate it when car manufacturers make it to where that's the way you got to sync your phone to the car. I find that to be very annoying. Reason being, you plug your phone, you're in a rush, you plug your phone, you take off while it's connecting, and you have to pull over again and wait for it to connect. So your phone can become one with the car. You know, certain features like that shouldn't be. Let's be honest, there's no secret. Nowadays, people are on their phone more than they're actually paying attention to the road. I'm a truck driver, so I can tell you firsthand. I could tell by car language, no pun intended. These are the kinks that these electric cars are kind of going through right now, and pretty soon they're going to work out. And I'm sure when it comes that time to do like an upgrade, quote unquote maintenance, they will fix those slight bugs. That's the great thing about these electric cars. We have blind spot monitoring, and that's what I love about Porsche. They, to be a basic car, they give you a lot of options. Options are plentiful. I want to go through the camera situation. So you push this button here, as you can hear the feedback. You get a top view of the car, and you get the sides, front and back. Awesome. I just felt like they dropped the ball by not adding that perfect lens. It's kind of like a fish eye view, right? As you can see, it is clear, but then it kind of blurs on the side, and that's on the top portion of the car and also on the sides. But you do have options which help out by a long shot. That's front and back, and these are your sides, and then you got the default, of course. And to exit out, you press here. And now we take the Taycan for a test drive. Driving the 2021 Porsche Taycan. First impression, it feels good. Definitely feels unorthodox. Just made a turn here. It feels like you could do a corner in, at 30. You kill corners with this thing. Here we go right now. And I would, it's just this oncoming traffic at the stop sign. Let's punch it. That joke. And then it's a fairly heavy car, so the braking is a bit it's delayed. The stopping power, I guess. But it feels good, very comfortable. The way it absorbs the bumps, great. Definitely a livable situation in here. As I look around, the piano black and the flat black scheme blends perfectly. No complaints there. The insulation, very well insulated. Watch it. Yeah, that jolt. I'm not gonna lie. These electric cars with that jolt, when you step on the gas, the response is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Here we go. I heard it. I heard the tires screeching. Again, the car absorbs bumps. Great. This car is great. Definitely worth the 100. And I love the fact that because it's quiet, people don't hear it, so they don't notice you till you pull up. Then they notice you. It's still Porsche, so you still get that, that expression for people's faces, like wow. And it's also a new model, so that Taycan model is still a wow factor. Even driving slow, Porsche executes comfortability, because I love the way that Panamera feels. Stopped at the light again. I can't stress how much I love the interior due to the fact that it just looks very easy and clean too, for someone who likes to keep their cars neat all the time, right? Both systems sounds amazing. If you didn't get anything from this video, please, on your next purchase of any vehicle, make sure you get that Bose sound system. It is amazing. One of my regrets of my Charger is that I wish I would have went with that Bose. Bose executes their sound system. Driving around too, as far as the climate controls go, again, a lot of controversy with that. Somebody just threw a thumbs up. A lot of controversy with that, but you get used to it after a while. It's not mine, so I can't just blindly control the climate, right? but after a while I'm gonna know where everything is, so it's nothing. And being, due to the fact that you got feedback, it helps a lot. The fact that you get the feedback from the button, so you know you're doing something at least, right? If that makes any sense. I'm trying to focus here, guys. At least I'm one of those guys, right? Step on it. I would love to be on a track with this car. This person in front of me, they left a couple seconds ago, and I caught up to them. I'm going around in circles, guys, because it's a decent block to where I could kind of step on it right now. Traffic is heavy, sorry. And I want to wait till later on, but I'm sorry. I wanna have fun with this car. It's hard to record and drive at the same time. You want to focus, right? But yeah, do I recommend this car? Definitely. The brand itself sells me because Porsche is known for their reliability and the way the car drives as well. As I look at the back seats, it looked like Batman's suit. Almost looked like you could pull it out, right? Like it's clicked on or something. Push of a button, you get that shirt. Interior, everything looks good. Everything they well executed. I can only imagine what the turbo feels like. Slipped a little. It still has that, rear wheel is rear wheel. I guess we come to find that out. Whether it's electric or gas, it still feels the same. Like you definitely feel that power coming from the back. And also the staggered wheels, right? You feel like the control is coming from the rear. Ooh, this is a nice block. No bumps. Yeah. You'll do 100 really fast. My conclusion, would I get this car? Definitely. I'm considering purchasing an electric car. The only thing that would make me fall back, I actually would go for the wagon before I go with this one, only because space is a commodity nowadays, right? I can always use the space. I don't need it, but it's nice to know. They look similar, but the other one has more cubic feet of inches for the trunk. So that has me sold. And I'm sure they both drive equally, if not the same, right? So I would definitely consider this car. This is the charging port. This is how it looks. I'm sorry, the wind was too heavy, so I had to do a voiceover. But pretty much this is your setup here. It looks fairly easy to install. If you're knowledgeable with basic electric, you'll have no problem installing this. But if you're not, I would definitely suggest someone installing it for you. To charge the car, you push this lid open, and if you take a look at those 5 holes here, that will give you a slow charge. It'll charge the car slower. Now when you pop this cap open and you utilize all 7 prongs, that will give you a faster charge. The car comes with a slower charger with the 5-prong one, as you can see here. Now, I'm going to assume you can always upgrade to the faster charging station. Not so sure how much that costs, but you push this button here after you connect to begin charging.